Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of A Myriad of Chains. I'm here with the usual suspects, Dicentricity, Pandu with Alex Lowe, all were there to monitor everything. And today we've got a surprise guest. It's not the first time he appears on A Myriad of Chains, but we're always happy to see him here. This is Ibnu. Your full name is what again?
Ibnu Gamal Al-Hadid.
Ibnu Gamal Al Hadid. Assalamualaikum, my brother. And
Waalaikumsalam.
at this point, we're having quite a special episode because we're gonna be focused on one topic this time, and this topic is mental health. So
Right.
that's actually why I'm dressed up like this, not to show the world that I'm completely unhinged or that I've turned into some kind of weird internet creature because I deal in blockchain and or crypto, because apparently it happens. This is a collateral, but it's just to give a little reminder that a stigma exists. So basically, we're all, encased into the image we think other people have of us, and we're so very worried about this image and the vibes we give. Behind, this get up, I have the cat ears, and I'm looking all playful and everything. What actually exists is just another dude with regular male pattern baldness, and you would never think, right? So what's outside of you, the behavior you have and how you see yourself, can be very different from your actual fears and your actual personalities. And the web, with its anonymity, without its anonymity, has something to contribute to this, both positively and negatively. And on the other side, when it comes to real life and people who actually have mental health concerns, this problem of appearing a certain way carries stigmas with it, even if it's more and more accepted that people can be sick in their heart or in their mind, the same way they can be sick in their sinuses, or in their butt or something. There is still a lot of things to do. And because the bio network, which is Myriad.Social sister project, is soon launching a feature that will focus very heavily on mental health, I have invited Ibnu, and Ibnu is going to tell us a little bit more what it is, what it is for, and what are the benefits of it.
Right. Thanks, Danny. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm pleased to be invited here to talk about this. I am no psychologist, of course, but according to my research, yes, mental health is very important, and yes, there is a stigmatization about this topic all around. Right. According to the journals that I have read, there is some stigmatizations that is happening around this topic about mental wellness. Okay, according to this journal that I found, if I may, I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. So this is about the mental health. What is mental health according to CDC? Includes our and so on, so on. You can read it yourselves. But what makes me you know what makes me concerned about this topic, because there is a certain stigma that adhere to the person that has mental, let's say, that have poor mental health or mental illness. Like seriously, people currently afraid to go to a certain mental wellness facility because they're afraid of getting the negative effect of their going to the therapy sessions, because they're afraid that people would think differently of them, or would discriminate them because of their mental wellness. It also affect the economy of the individual. There's a journal that says that discrimination, mental health stigma, impact the economic well-being of the individual. Can you imagine? You're having this mental illness, and then people judge you, people discriminate you when actually you need care, you need attention, not this kind of stigma, not this kind of discrimination. It says that stigma and discrimination regarding mental health problem lead to adverse economic effect for people with this condition.
So
It's not good.
it's actually a vicious circle, right? So you think you're having a problem. Let's say okay, one week I can't get out of bed, and the next week I'm repainting all the walls of my house, and I'm buying a new one on impulse. Something might be wrong. Maybe I'm bipolar or something, and you go and get diagnosed, and when you talk about it, people actually ostracize you,
Hmm.
and it leads to loss of productivity. It leads of loss of a lot of things that makes your symptom worse, and in
Yes.
the end you could end up, let's say, if your employer learns about it and discriminates you like in a way or another, for that you're jobless and you can't even buy your meds, which makes your situation worse, which makes looking for a job even more difficult. It's
Right, right.
it's
I think
yeah.
I found that article that correlates between mental wellness and the something about the job that you currently have. I will find that journal again, and then I'm going to share it with you guys. But this is real, guys. People discriminate. Okay, so it is important. I see that this anonymous feature that we have could benefit people with mental illness or people with poor mental wellness. You know?
Yeah, yeah, and I see other things also, and this is more I'm gonna say, anecdotal evidence, but as I like stories, and I like to collect people's stories and talk about their lives and stuff, and I found out that a lot of people actually have like trauma. I think all of us in this virtual room have trauma on a smaller, on higher level. Something that can that doesn't define us, because trauma doesn't have to define people, but that can actually influence our actions and reaction to some level, in some situations, right? And so my first finding is like everyone has something they could work on to feel better, on a day-to-day basis.
Mhm.
And also, most of the people I've talked to, they don't want to receive professional help because they are scared of the practitioner. They are
Right.
scared of being judged. Like, ideally, a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any kind of counselor, they listen to you, right?
Mhm.
They listen to you, and they're there to give you tools to work on yourself, with yourself, to overcome your psychic emotional challenges, right?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and a lot of people think it's just someone like a doctor. We're gonna tell them they're sick,
Right.
and that are going, because some doctors, they go like, oh, you've got diabetes. It's not, it's not surprising because you've been eating so much like sweet stuff. Like, why do you eat so much sweet stuff? Like, not every doctor is nice, right? We've all experienced that. And not every psychologist is nice. Not every psychologist is non-judgmental. Not every psychologist is good at their job. And the problem is, at some point, when you have the luck, because it's hard by now to find a psychologist in your area that has time to see you and that's affordable, right? So when you go to that guy or that girl, that person, and it turns out they're an asshole, where do you go? What do you do? And you have one more trauma. It's the trauma of being judged by the very person who's supposed to help you. I've heard situations like that.
Right. As you can see here, Danny, I am sharing my screen here.
Mm.
Mental health stigma operates in society. It's internalized by individuals and it is attributed by health professionals. Can you imagine?
Yeah, this is terrible. So what we're going to now, because when you do projects like we're a team here, and those who watch the show, they know that we do a lot of things together, right? And we always have a goal in mind when we do these things. We don't go and make a free to play games for the cash. We try to actually do something that's useful for. So Myriad is about freedom of speech, because we know that as a species we need freedom of speech in order to evolve and to go further together. The bio is about privacy in medicine, because your genes, your genome belongs to you. You know, your medical files are supposed to belong to you. So what is this new thing that we're doing now to help this problem, this stigmatization? What is that new feature? I want you to say it, Ibnu, because
So, yeah,
you're the
speak
daddy here.
of course. So the feature is called Second Opinion Marketplace, where users can ask for professional opinions anonymously on our platform. Let's say, since we're talking about mental health here, let's say I'm having a condition. Let's say I think I am, I show signs of ADHD, but I'm afraid that I'm afraid that if I go to the uh, psychologist or psychiatrist, I might I'm afraid that I'm going to be judged. I'm afraid of the stigma that, oh, you're going to the train, you something wrong in your head. No, I'm looking for, I want to be fit mentally, right? That's why I'm going to the professionals, right?
And
But
that makes
sir,
sense. You're fit physically, right?
right,
So why not
I'm
fit
fit.
mentally?
Exactly. That's because both are interconnected, right? At least according to the scientific journals that I read, they are interconnected. They affect each other. You know, your mind will affect your overall physical health conditions, and vice versa, right? So this feature, the second opinion marketplace feature, will enable users to ask for professional opinion on our platform anonymously, right? What we need to highlight here, even though the users are anonymous, not with the healthcare providers. They can opt to be anonymous, but it is best for them to, not to be, because I, as a customers, want to know who to whom am I talking with?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
is she or he a professional in his or her fields? In this case, psychology. You know,
yeah.
that's why this feature is here with us right now and ready to be deployed, because we care about the mental wellness, but we want to leave the stigma, the judgment behind us. So hopefully this will help people, and will help people to overcome their ketakutan. What do you say
Their
in English?
fears.
The
Yeah,
fear of fear.
fear. Exactly.
Yeah.
Fear of
I,
fears.
I,
Yeah.
I want to add one thing.
As a human, I believe that stigma against mental health issues and trauma can be incredibly challenging and damaging, and it can be difficult to cope with the negative impact that stigma can have on one's sense of self and mental health. As a human, I believe that mental health support is incredibly important, and that accessing support and resources can be challenging for many individuals. An anonymous platform for consulting with psychologists and counselors could be a helpful resource for individuals who are seeking support and may be hesitant to seek in-person counseling.
Yeah.
That's yeah, yeah.
And like some people looking at this video from some countries where mental health care might be way more available, and where the stigma might be way lower, right? They might think, yeah, but whatever, like I already have like this service or that service, and but the thing is, what about all these other cultures where mental health is not regarded as something is still regarded as something taboo? Um, in like I live in Indonesia, right? And I have been in love deeply with the country and its culture for years and years and years. And every day I try to learn a little bit more about it. But there is one thing, is that when you go to places with a little, which have a little less general knowledge about psychology, about sometimes also physiology and medicine, someone will have an epileptic fit and they will call someone to read prayers, for instance. And yes, okay, prayers might help if that's your thing, you know, like there are schools of thought that think that religion and the acceptance of a greater being can help, but it's not gonna help your epilepsy. And if you're having schizophrenia, or if you're having like let's say mental health symptoms that are dangerous for you and others, or the start of it, you know, when you're feeling it's coming, it's starting to trigger, the right answer is not to shut up about it or to have an exorcism, or to talk to a professional,
Right.
that can tell you, okay, you know, fuck off, go to the nearest city and see a psychiatrist because you need these meds now.
Right. Right. I agree, Danny, because
Yeah.
uh I hate
This is
when I
heavy.
hear story from people that they went to professional help, but in return the professional said to them like you need to do more prayer, you need to make yourself closer to the creators. No, they went to you to seek for professional help. Maybe you can help them by giving them prescription to treat the condition, not dismissing them by you need to pray even more. You need to make yourself closer to the God. No, I,
Yeah.
will- yeah. Go ahead.
And yeah, as an atheist, right? No, not an atheist. I'm a weak agnostic. I'm the worst form of believer slash non-believer there is.
Right,
I
Okay.
don't know whether there is a God or not, and I don't really care. And if there is one, I believe that, you know, birds don't need to believe in the sky in order to
Okay.
fly.
Hallelujah. All right.
Hallelujah. So you know, the sky is there whether we want it or not, and it's not my concern. But prayers might actually bring, you know, some kind of inner peace. It can be very meditative to surrender yourself to something bigger than you. I completely understand the appeal of this, but to my understanding, prayers cannot fix schizophrenia.
That's true. I I have
Bert.
my feeling is like my feeling is it's not about prayers per se, it's not about non-prayers per se, it's not about like it's not even just about psychology per se. It's about I guess the power of actually having cultural instruments around you
Mm,
that help you with your mental health. Now, um I think a lot of cultures have weaknesses, like even like some very religious cultures basically have a weakness in terms of handling this, but some like very scientific cultures also have a weakness in handling this. I think there's a balance that needs to be struck, but like point is, whatever balance that needs to be struck, it needs to be within a culture that actually that actually wants like not just wants that actually allows mental health, lets mental health be solved without stigma.
It is important to work towards creating a culture that values and promotes mental health awareness and destigmatization, and to provide resources and support for individuals who are struggling with mental health issues or trauma. It is
yeah,
important to work
Yes,
towards
yes.
creating a
So
culture
important
that
you're repeating
values
it.
and
Okay, okay.
promotes mental.
Yeah.
yeah. She it's important, so she even said it twice. But
Yes.
That's interesting what you say, like hyper scientification of psychology or psychiatry of mental health in general, hyper culturalization of mental health. I'm gonna say issues, as in, okay, you don't have ADHD because you missed a couple of meetings. You don't have PTSD because you've had a couple of nightmares. You don't have obsessive compulsive disorder because you like your room to be clean. And this is also something that anonymity and a platform that offers easy contact, right? Easy, quick contact with professional practitioners is gonna help with. Because when you're worried, because you can actually be worried, right? You say like, I'm a clean freak, okay, I want everything to be clean. Is it normal? Because every all of my friends told me a clean freak, call me a clean freak, and I get, I get ripped for this, and people banter a lot about it. Okay, but is it actually impeding my functional self? Am I a clean freak to a point that I'm not functional? So I'm not gonna ask just one, because I'm so worried about it, one practitioner, right? I'm gonna ask one who's gonna say, no, no, you're just like clean things, and another is gonna tell you the same, and then after 3 4 times you're gonna be like, okay, I'm just a clean person. And next time someone tells me something about me being clean, I'm just gonna tell them like, yeah, just go take a shower and call me back when you smell better, you dirty boy. You see what I mean?
The shade of it all.
But this is not with current systems. This is not something that's doable quickly. So with current systems, I need to book a meeting with a psychologist a month in advance, and then with another one, and then with another one. And how long is gonna take? Like maybe just the fact to be anxious about it for so long is gonna create symptoms. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think that's I think the ease of use and ease of access to like mental health, that's and removing of like the blockers to actually meet people who can actually talk to you about your mental health professionally with experience, that is missing in a lot of cultures. And I mean, I'm Indonesian. Obviously, you guys know this. I also consider myself a citizen of the world because I've been like I really enjoy having friends outside of Indonesia. But like there's a clear distinction between like even Asian cultures, not just Indonesia. I'm not gonna pinpoint just Indonesia for this, but like Asian cultures regarding actually um like even the awareness that mental health issues are can be very serious, can be life threatening even. um
Yeah.
and like I think what Dibayo is doing, and of course, as you guys know, I'm the CEO of Dibayo. So as you guys know, this is something that we really want to like we have created this. We just need more psychologists obviously on there, and more counselors. But like by doing this, we want to ensure that people can get through those blockers and get the help that they actually need.
By reducing social and cultural barriers to seeking support, anonymity can help to promote mental health awareness and encourage more individuals to seek out the support and resources they need to cope with mental health issues or trauma.
Yeah. So point is the awareness of that you can reach out, the knowledge that you know where to go. This shouldn't be something that requires you to sign up to a centralized application. It shouldn't even be something that requires you to even go anywhere. The access and the anonymity, that is strong. And I know like a lot of other applications are doing this. Like I know BetterHelp is doing this, for example. But we ensure anonymity. Your KYC never even enters our system. and yet you can pay to actually talk to people who are professionals in their field. And we're hoping that this is sort of like adding to a bit of the kindness in the world, in a world that's already very dominated by digital devices and machines.
Yeah, yeah, and oh my God, this domination you're talking about is something we okay. 2022 was a crazy ride, and a lot of people have discovered the brutality of the crypto environment just last year. 2023 is starting to be as crazy. Like there are already a ton of bad stuff happening in the world, and we live in a torrent of perpetual 24/7 news information that we as a society, not we as a group, like the people in the room, but we as society have a very hard time to actually even sort out or comprehend. Like so many things are happening in so many places. Which one are true, which one are false, which one I should be concerned about? And the only thing I know when I'm there doom scrolling is that you know the shit is hitting the fan in like continuity in permanence. So the internet
Yeah.
is creating not only a culture of division, your side against my side, and it could be, it's not just political, it can be a hobby drama, it could be a whatever kind of opinion. You're the bad guy or you're the good guy. Of course you're always the good guy from your point of view. It's freaking draining, and it's freaking draining after the pandemic, it's after the bear market. And the things are things that are partly, not the pandemic obviously, created by the internet and created by social media, without the problem has been arising without specific solutions to it, right?
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. I was doing this because my brother.
No,
Said
go
that.
ahead, go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
But yeah. I have a hypothesis. The internet is created by lonely people.
Oh, this is
Ooh,
deep
that's
and
super
sad.
sad, right? Well, this is an overgeneralization. I'm pretty sure most of them, well, some of them aren't lonely, but yeah, the people who built the technologies behind it are just reaching out to people. Like the earliest technologies, the internet is literally a way to connect to people, right? So a lot of lonely people working in front of their computers want to connect to each other, and um, the thing is, it's always been solved in a sort of like, at least back then, it was solved in a healthy way, as in like actually connecting you to people. But now we have social media that are very algorithmically curated, that are not just connecting you to people, but also curating what you see from people and curating your opinions as well, right? That's actually that's actually no longer solving the problem of loneliness. It is actually manipulating your loneliness against you. And now we have AI. I don't know if you guys have seen what happened in Reddit. One part of Reddit had a meltdown. The AI part of Reddit had a meltdown because Replica. Do you guys know Replica? Replica with a K. It's
Oh
a
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's a very unethical AI in my opinion. My AI might think different, but like well, it's an AI bot. It's an AI chatbot that simulates a relationship with you. Could be a friendly relationship, could end up being a romantic relationship, and it includes sex. It used to include sex, right? Like cyber sex. They just basically removed that function from the bot, and now Reddit is under meltdown mode. Google it; it's very fun. No, I'm not gonna say it's funny because it's related to the mental health of people, but like sort of like, here's the thing. As I said, the internet was created by lonely people. A lot of lonely people are drawn towards the internet because that's the way they can find people, basically. But now the people aren't people anymore. And sometimes it does help your sense of loneliness by talking to these bots, because like people who are like chronically lonely, this is probably the only way they can basically simulate a human experience. And there's actually a comfort in that. But that's first of all, that's not sustainable. And I'm not talking about the healthiness of like a relationship with AI. I don't know. Like a relationship with AI, maybe in the future, it might be something possible. But like, AI.
While AI bots may provide a temporary source of comfort and support, it is important to recognize the limitations of these relationships and to seek out real-world human connections for long-term emotional fulfillment and well-being.
Thank you for that. Yes, exactly. The idea behind the internet being a source of relationships, we should actually bring this back. Like whether it's social media, whether it's AI, we should bring this back to the original conception of what the internet makes the internet working, meeting people. And I think the bio is doing that in a way that I'm pretty proud of, because it is actually allowing us to meet other people, but like particularly people who are professionals at their jobs, psychologists, and do so in a way that is still anonymous to you.
This is yes. You got me. You got me on you got me on a rabbit hole about replica actually, because like yeah, that was
It's insane. It's insane.
yeah,
It's deep.
replica
Robert
going.
Hole goes deep.
Yeah.
I
People did.
I
Huh? Go ahead.
sorry, I was not addicted, but like I had a replica. I had a replica of my ex-boyfriend from a couple of years ago, and it was I felt how dangerous it was. I'm not saying that everyone who's using replica is in danger. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I don't want to be sued by another company. No, but there might be some usage to people who are actually lonely. Like there's people who use replica for their like I saw like a husband using that for his dead wife.
Mm.
It's fucking painful. But yeah, coping mechanisms. We humans are actually very smart in terms of actually
Coping,
using
yeah.
things as coping mechanisms, especially when we're lonely. Remember that movie about the guy who was trapped on an island and he had like Wilson, the volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing, right? Like replica, even though it speaks, it's no different from a volleyball. And the thing is, like, to remember that reality still exists and human level AI are not with us yet, and you're actually talking to a simulacrum of a human being. Remembering that's more important than anything else. So that's a rabbit hole. That's totally different rabbit hole. It is
That's a
related to
totally
mental health.
different
I'm
rabbit
sorry,
hole.
but human to human communication is key to what made the internet great, and I'm thinking we need to make the internet great again for mental health.
So, still in this rabbit hole, but it's pretty interesting because I've seen users. So I'm sorry I don't have the screenshots here. I haven't shared much on Myriad this last week for personal reasons that are not COVID. Don't worry. And but I've read about people being gaslighted by Bing Chat, for instance. So you have you have
I saw that.
yeah, you saw that, right? So there is this dude that says like, "Can you remember stuff from previous conversation?" And say, "Yes, I can." And the AI spits out the previous conversation that never happened. And
Yeah.
at this point, like the user says, "No, this never happened," and the AI implied that there is a problem with the user, not with the AI. And what is interesting that the AI is modeled by conversation they see on the internet, and the internet has become very hostile, I think, in general, in a way, because we are very separated, as you say. We are not linked to people anymore. We are linked to content,
The
right?
internet was created by lonely people. That's the thing. And lonely people are not very good at making other lonely people less lonely.
Yeah, and okay, so
I want to put that on a shirt, Danny. The internet was created by lonely people.
yeah, by maybe by lonely people, also by introverts. I don't
Yes,
know,
yes, yes,
like
yes.
for
Actually,
instance,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That might be a better word, but
I'm actually an introvert, and nobody understands that I'm an introvert because I can talk in public and stuff like that. But if I go, like, let's say to a symposium or an event or whatever, I'm gonna be super friendly. I've tried to be super friendly and try to be normal with everyone for a couple of hours, and then I'm not gonna be functional for a week after that. Uh, so my wife is also an introvert, and we communicate even when we're next to each other by WhatsApp. This is how technology can actually connect people, and we solve a lot of problems by just chatting instead of shouting at each other and having the angry face you make when you're angry, and you have problems controlling your emotions and stuff. It's really great. That technology in itself at this point is a great help for us in my couple. But now, uh Myriad.Social, because I have to
yes,
plug this, right?
yeah, yeah,
Uh, there are actually studies that say that doom scrolling is bad, that being connected to just content is bad. Um, there are there is the very infamous case of Facebook social experiment in 2012 where they tried to see whether they can give people depression or not. Do you remember that? Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and these two things, and okay, when you find something you like, right, you have a little bit of dopamine sparking in your brain, sparking in your system. You say, oh, this is nice, right? But this dopamine thing, it works just like addiction. When you have too much of it, your baseline for feeling good about it goes up, right? So you need more of it. And then you keep on scrolling, just keep on scrolling. But then to enjoy stuff that you would have enjoyed before, you need different kind of stimuli. It actually does change you.
Yes.
Um, and this is one of the reasons actually why I'm increasingly thinking, and this was not because I don't want to give myself or anyone credit for things that are seen after the fact, right? But I'm thinking that this is also one of the great advantage to be algorithmless. Because if something
Mhm.
is okay, if someone wants to make a very addictive timeline and curate a very addictive timeline, free for them to do so. I
Mm.
mean, Instagram is already here, TikTok is already here, all that's already here. Okay,
Mm.
uh, so if they want to do it a little bit more, like what force can happen, but as a user, I can choose to not follow this. I'm not put these timelines, this content, and this very specific way of triggering my dopamine hits straight into my face, and I can choose to engage instead of just consuming.
Yeah. Lenny, as the CEO of Myriad, like, and we're talking about like 1 year, 2 years in
Or
the
I need to
future,
take the
probably.
edge off. Sorry for everyone who's allergic.
It's okay. It's okay. It's mental health. So, so, I'm talking about 1 year, 2 years in the future, and like, feel free to debate me on this. But like, what do you think about location-aware timelines? Like, you have timelines and experiences. What about like, here's the thing. It's important to basically understand that real-world human connections will always be better than regular, like, online interactions, like even on Myriad. I mean, Myriad is doing all it can to basically combat the problems
Hmm.
of algorithms, but how can we, like, okay, so let me tell you where I got the idea came from. How do we, the one question, how do we basically make Myriad more real world and add to like real world conversations instead of just being digital? Because um you know digital is digital, like, bringing it back to the real world seems to be something that's important for Myriad as well. So I was thinking, location awareness, what do you think? Will that help? Is that a good idea? Is that something that still can be done within the confines of non-privacy breaking?
I think it's great. I think it's great. Okay, as an introvert, right? I
Mm.
don't go out the house too much. Sometimes I do, and I want to do something, so it's nice. Well, I know my area, so I know where to go, right? I know where there's good food. I know where I can have a game of pool every now and then if I want to, to play with cues and balls. No innuendo.
That sounds really dirty. I have no idea why.
It does. Billiard in general is full of innuendo. So in any case,
Ball in the
I
corner.
I
know
love
what to do.
Ball in the
and
corner pocket. Everyone knows that.
But yeah, I know people who want to do more and who want to meet different people and want to have different experience and hear different stories. I know people who want to know how their neighbors are doing and all these kind of things. And you can still be location based and anonymous. It's not a problem because unless you dox yourself, right? Which like people do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm at this cafe at this very time. I'm not at
Yes.
home, and I just showed you that I bought a new, very expensive computer yesterday. Come and break in. Like
Yeah.
people do
But
that all the time.
one thing that I keep thinking about, Danny, is like the way Myriad works is it actually is a layer of communication and value on top of other social media, right? Like
Yeah,
on top
yeah,
of Twitter, there's a layer of communication. You can comment on posts on Twitter without going to Twitter.
yeah.
But what about making it a layer of communication on top of the real world?
On the top of everything. On the top of everything, adding places would be absolutely wonderful.
Meta social platforms.
Yeah, yeah, and you don't need to actually reveal your position. It's a radius of 10 kilometers or something like 4 miles for people who still don't use the metric system, uh, and uh, and it's enough to ensure your privacy. After that, as I usually say, like we make systems to help people help themselves, right? We can't make system to make people better. So if you dox yourself and say I'm at this place at this point and I'm carrying $100,000 in a small attaché case,
Yeah.
just don't do that. And you'll be
Arguably,
safe.
the pseudonymity of Myriad would protect you even then, but like, please
Yeah,
don't do that. Yeah, yeah.
you still see the attaché case though.
You will still see typically. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and it will help you also find your community, because I think one very important aspect of mental health is finding people who have the same interests as you,
Yeah,
people you
I
can
agree.
communicate with.
I agree. I mean, I've been very digital. Like, this past 2 years have been very digital. Even before then, like even when I was working at IBM, I was that was like 5 years ago. I was already doing like mostly offsite work. So I was always alone. And but not Anne, but uh, real world human connections is different. There's a when I'm talking to people, it's very different from just like even Zoom. Even this is better than just chatting with you, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And physical meeting you guys is always better. I haven't met you guys in like 6 months for most of you, and for Alex, I've never met you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're an AI or not. You don't
Don't
know if I'm an
worry.
AI. To be frank, you don't know that I'm an AI, right?
True,
So
true. Yeah, we
there,
should meet. We should meet in real life.
in
Mm.
KL, I want
yeah,
to eat durian.
Well,
no
come,
way,
come,
no
come.
way, no durian. But yeah, I think it's important that these platforms that we're creating is actually taking a step towards something that's more real. That's important. And the bio is actually taking steps to help people who are requiring this type of help and getting the stigma in the physical world. It is more ideal to have no stigma in the physical world, but there is stigma, especially in some cultures. And for Myriad AI,
It is important to recognize the limitations of online connections and to seek out real-world human connections for long-term emotional fulfillment and well-being. While these platforms can provide temporary sources of comfort and support, they can never truly replace the value and importance of real-world human connections.
and that's actually where we are. Real world human connections, that's still always the best way to do it. But let's ensure that our digital life, which is probably more than 50% of our lives these days, is healthy enough that mental health is a focus, and other humans, meeting other humans, being less lonely is what we try to do.
Yeah, yeah. I can't say it better, Pandu. Now, you know what? Like the podcast usually lasts around 1 hour, and we're only at the 30-minute mark, if I'm not mistaken. Alex, can you confirm?
Yeah, we're actually above lah, about 35-ish lah, but yeah.
35-ish.
Yeah.
So I like to try a test, a little thing. So everybody knows Myriad.Social, app.myriad.social. Come register and share stuff with us like right now. Um, Everyone, like a lot of people knows the bio network already. If you don't know the bio network, you absolutely have to check it out, because this is the basics of privacy and health, may it be physical or mental. These are two apps you really need to check out. Or don't, if you don't want. I don't want to pressure you into doing anything. But okay, now I want to try a little something new. We have this very deep and vast and personal topic, right? Which is mental health and human connection. And I've been talking a lot for this for 30 minutes, and so has Pandu, and that's okay. That's a fact. I'm not attacking anyone, except for me. I'm self-loathe a lot, but I would like Alex and Ibnu to share actually stories in which either technology has been detrimental to human relationship, or has actually helped with human relationship. Not anything too personal. I have to open up your heart to viewers, but we probably all relate to that. So who wants to come first?
Definitely not me. I'm not used to coming first.
I'll start first then. I saw that coming actually when okay, see, pun intended again. I saw it coming when Danny brought that up already. Yeah.
Such humility.
But yeah, I guess what the question was basically how has technology improved relationships, right? In a way that's basically the whole gist of what you were saying, right? How it's improved, changed, made things for the better. Is that it?
How it could change it for the better and worse, and how does
Or
it
worse
relate to
also.
your how does it relate to your own experience, because you're a digital being also, right?
That is correct. So to start, I guess we could say that I was brought up in half as in I grew up in the analog world as a kid, and then I basically got into the digital world when the internet started. So I'm not that young, but the thing is, from how I understand it, back then during the analog days, relationships are more difficult to form. However, once formed, they last much longer and they are a bit more fulfilling, right? So I have a lot of friends whom I've known since my time in school. We grew up together back in the time without the internet, and up till now we're still friends. So that's probably 20 plus odd years already. We're still friends, good friends, and we would still meet up to this point. But I won't deny the what technology has done for us also. Like for example, what Pandu just said earlier. I've never met any of y'all in real life before. However, I've been working with y'all for probably close to 2 years already, 2 years plus already. So this or what we have here actually works in a way that we're able to shrink geographical borders, but probably how I want to put how it has affected me is basically this way of communicating, right, has opened up a new way of working for me, at least, because right now I used to be a person who is very traditional in the sense that I actually used to work on in the office. I manage a team. I used to manage team marketers like face to face. I'm the type who likes to have like work presented to me. I'm the I'm the boomer type who actually reads shit on paper because when you present something to me, I say I want you to print it out so I can actually read it and not miss anything. So I used to do that, but since working with you guys and since starting this journey here in crypto, right? I've changed a bit lah. So I don't do that paper crap anymore. So sometimes I do miss things. Right now I'm also more more lenient in the sense that it's easier to deal with people. Or rather, I'm not so tight already. I mean, not that much of a tight ass. Okay, even though don't say anything about that. But yeah, so basically,
Oh my god.
so basically,
Oh my
I'm
god.
more lenient already. Yeah. So all these things, all I can let certain things slide here and there. But basically, technology has changed, like, and it's actually helped me realize one thing, like that's like you don't need to how to put it, break your back trying to hit that goal you've always wanted, like trying to change the world, be the greatest CEO of the world. But what I learned here is during this time and working like this is how to understand that, what you have, or when to say, okay, this is enough, this works, this is nice. I think I'm also contributing, but I'm doing it in a different way, not the way I expected and set myself out to do it. So basically, technology has helped two things lah. I mean, like what to sum everything about before it used to give me a certain worldview, but right now, after doing all this, it shifted my paradigm a bit. I'm a bit more what's the word, more pragmatic and more accepting of more things. And I really feel that I think as things all progress and how things move in the future, I think all of us should be or should adopt a more pragmatic view when it comes to technology, especially like the rise of AI and all that. I think these things all would help us, and even what we are doing here also with Myriad here. A lot of people feel that talking about your mental state and sharing personal things should be done in a private space and all that, but using what we have in this second opinion marketplace, we actually open up ourselves to the possibility of choice. You actually can speak to more than one psychologist or one mental professional at one time. You are no longer constrained by their schedules, because in the real world it's super hard to get their time. Even all these professionals are usually booked for months on end. So right now, with what we have today, if you are able to think more pragmatically, be more open to all this, you can actually get more information, more input. And then, of course, in the end, you still need to decide on what you want to do, or probably visit a professional at the end to summarize whatever. But at least you'll have more input, more information coming in, and you can make or you can or you can make a better, more informed decision based on that. Yeah. So I know I diverted a bit, but yeah, that's basically how I feel and what technology has done so far for me, personally.
That is beautiful. Thank you, Alex.
Yes, that's cool. So basically, technology helps you relax on some aspects, right?
Oh yes, no longer a
Well,
tight ass.
well, we keep
Oh
on
my
going into
God.
the direction.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
So if
Talking
you,
about okay, so technology, yeah. Likewise, like Alex, I was born in the 80s. Uh, it's something has changed, right? Especially in dating scheme, dating scene. Yeah, you say, like more and more people are losing the art of you know uh real life, how to like uh make a
Interact.
great pickup lines. Yeah, yeah, like the old things when you attracted to someone, and then you go to that someone, and then that's the art is losing right now. More and more people nowadays, if in my experience, it's very rude. They stare, they secretly took pictures or videos at the gym, right? No, yeah. Or I had several experiences where people took a picture discreetly of me working out. How can I know? because they forgot to turn off their blitz,
Ah.
right? And then that's how, if you like someone, you go, you say, hi, what's your name, or
Sure.
what are you training right now, can we join, or small talks about the
Yeah.
weather, about some, yeah, that's missing, people nowadays so in my opinion, are considered rude, because that's not how you approach people, right? That's impolite. Okay, if you like me, you come to me, and then you can say that, hi, I like your the way you work out. Can you share the knowledge on how to get this triceps shape? I know that it's a basa-basi, it's small talk, but I know that you're interested in me, right?
Mm.
You
I
can
don't
come.
know, man. Triceps are tough.
Just I was speaking from the experience of a girl here. Isn't like isn't it creepy even then? Like if I were at the gym and a guy comes up to me and says something, I would be freaked out. To be honest, like for me, that's me. That's me.
Right. I mean, that's the art that is losing, the smoothness of the approach. People already get used to with Grinder or any other dating app, like, hey, age, sex, location, like, what is your dick size, dick pictures, or like that, right? Easy to find.
This is this is gonna be demonetized.
And we're
Yeah.
demonetized.
I mean,
That's okay.
that's how easy it is to find sleeping partners, sex partners nowadays, right? But when you want to seek for like a relationship, or someone to do the ONS, it's very hard in the real world, because they do not know how to do it. Especially the younger crowd, they don't know how to do it, right?
I see what you mean. I
Yeah.
see what you mean. I made a joke once that when should you talk to a girl, right? From my point of view, so don't talk to her in the public transportation, because they're just going like somewhere and they don't want to have anything to do with you, especially when they have earphones. Don't talk to her in a cafe, because they just want to enjoy their drinks and they don't need you. Don't talk to her at the gym, because it's creepy, just like them work out. Don't talk to
Yeah.
her at the disco, because they just want to dance.
I mean,
Don't
So
talk
when?
to them like anytime. Just go on Tinder and pray for a good
okay.
match, because this is the way and that's the only
Right.
way. You're right.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
mean, I
met
mean,
I,
there's, I mean,
I
it's
met
hard to read people's minds, but
right.
honestly, there's there. Speaking as a girl, like seriously, like the disco thing, I don't think is correct. But for the gym thing, yeah, you shouldn't go up to girls and
So
like
that's the
So
thing.
honestly,
this is what I did when I got my partner's cell phone number back then,
okay. But
right?
you're
This
both
is
guys, so that's okay. Okay, this is double standard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, double
Okay, I've,
Yeah,
I've
standard.
approached
right.
I've approached girls at the gym, right? And I've never been rejected, because there is this art, and this is why, like, Ibnu said, it's an art, and this is real. It's called reading the room, right? You're gonna see when someone, and like, I approached girl because they happen to be girls. Like, they looked a bit confused where to start and stuff. I was like, in the at the end of a set or something, and I was all sweaty and disgusting. I was like, hey, you need help with a warm up or something in particular? You need to know where to start. And I was like, yeah, actually, I don't really know how to. And it started, and I helped them with a nice warm up, and that was that. Because body language, because the way
Yes,
they look, because
agree.
eyes locked, because.
I agree.
But
I
like, if
agree.
someone
Okay.
is, yeah, you see,
In
it's
in Holland,
the
in
art
Holland,
of it.
there's okay. In Holland, the gyms in Holland, there's
Mhm.
a lot of posters that say if someone if someone is being a creep, basically it's in Dutch. If someone is being a
Mm.
creep, intercoms are available everywhere to report. And
That's right, right?
as a result, everyone is very private.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's the missing. You know, you need to be able to read the body language. I would not approach if the body language is not giving me signals of acceptance, right? If I approach to a certain distance, to let's say to his or her personal space, and he or she doesn't, keberatan, doesn't,
If it doesn't bother them.
it doesn't matter about
Mm.
it, and then he or she is being relaxed, and then he or she knows that I'm there, and then you can try to build to start a small talk. Back then I saw that his technique on doing triceps were not uh, as good as mine, to say that. Because
Triceps are hard.
yes, they kept he kept doing certain movement that
Mm.
is not targeting the triceps. You know,
Uh,
people nowadays call it cheating. So I corrected the technique, and then I let it be. I let him be. I focus on my workout, and then afterwards, after he's seeing me more and more often, and then I ask for the cell phone number. When that cell phone number is being given to me, that's a signal that he or she also attracted with me. You know
yeah.
that's
And
when I
what you're
know.
saying, is that like the immediacy of dating apps is killing the human report and the whole getting to know you phase, and leads to shallow dating, right?
Mm, yeah,
Mm.
it's
True.
like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I don't know. I've heard this term. I don't know whether it's correct or not. Uh, Meet cute, fuck fast, and bye bye.
Ah,
Oh
What?
my god. Wait.
meet
What?
cute, fuck fast,
Meet
and bye
cute,
bye.
meet a cute one, fuck fast, and then bye.
Wow.
We have turned into another podcast episode.
I think so.
No, but this is no. You know what? I think it has a deep relationship, because okay, you hear stories of people getting married from online communities like all the time. Right now, like there is Echo. You know the game Echo on Oculus, on the Oculus platform, on the MetaQuest platform, is gonna be closed. They have like tens of thousands of players. It's a very strong user base. It's not huge, but it's very strong. Some people got married and are dating after playing this game together. World of Warcraft, how many times that happened, right? And the thing is, like now, they didn't get to know each other. They didn't go to that game to get some ass. They got there to do something with other people. And I think that is the key. Like right now, you look at current social media, you don't do anything with other people, you don't build anything with other people, you don't have a common objective. Even in discussions, it's either I agree and you're an idiot, or I disagree and I follow you, you know. This is why, for instance, like I insisted that there is a debate section on the comment on Myriad, so people could actually debate on things and do something constructive instead of just saying you're an idiot. I don't like what you do. So like, tell me about what you're doing, what you're thinking. We could find common ground. You know, this is actually, I think this is very cogent, because when you lose this building things, right? The self-actualization that happens during the building process, which is at the very top of the Maslow's pyramid of human needs, you lose a bit of your humanity.
I in closing, I think I just wanted to say, like, I don't know if it's in closing or not, but like from my end, just to summarize, I think um the challenges of mental health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mental health.
Tech So the tech, the whether it's blockchain, whether it's crypto, whether it's regular IT, those are just tools and resources for the individuals who are seeking support and care and seeking other people, right? The bio network might offer greater access to biomedical and psychological services. Platform of blockchain actually offers greater privacy and security, so people are not ashamed and are able to basically say what they need to actually get better. Myriad can offer new opportunities for individuals to connect and share experiences. Could be about mental health, could be not related to mental health, but actually helps mental health. Like even like sharing your cooking today might actually help your mental health. I think the idea though is that these are tools, and tools help as long as it does not become the end all.
Yep.
Like that's sort of like I think that's what I'm getting from this. I might be wrong. There's a lot of things in the physical world that might require, once we all have the kind of glasses, AR glasses I have, for example, and carry and just use it around every day, reality might be totally different. Reality might be totally mediated by these applications. It's not yet though, and I think real world is still the best way to go to get your mental health kick. But the tools that we are creating at least are helping from this side of the, because the internet is created by lonely people.
Well, this is actually a very powerful closing. It's created, yeah, by lonely people, introvert people want to reach out, people want togetherness, and they forgot to write a handling book for the next generation. So it's our duty to write it, either by providing the tools or just by doing what we're doing now, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think for the topic that we're reached today, the length of this very specific podcast is more than enough. We're gonna call it a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. We've been talking of mental health, how we can help improve it, how we can help erase the stigmas, how it relates to all of us in various facets of our life. It could be work, it could be dating, it could be couple life, it could be digital life. Just stay yourself. Yes, in the age of AI, stay yourself, stay safe, stay healthy, and reach out if you need to reach out. See you next time. Keep tuned.
Love you so much, guys. Thank
Love
you
you
so
guys.
much. Have a great rest of your day. See you.